Hey folks. I guess I should, not really a content warning, but just a heads up. I'm going to start today's stream on a bit of a downer, and then hopefully we can get some work done and I guess get my mind off of it. For those of you who follow me regularly, know that I lately have been doing a week daily stream of Delver over my lunch hour. So currently I'm busy with contract work and I stream and I work on Delver in my lunch hour and in my free time still. What happened this week is my dog Samson, his health took a very drastic turn for the worse. We had about 24 hours with him and then he passed away, which was really hard for my family. We've had him 9 years. He's been a good companion. And it really messed me up for a while. I'm still not super great, but I at least am able to compose myself. So those of you who are dog people or dog lovers, you understand the hurt and the pain that happens when you lose an animal that is just a good companion. It's just been what you could ask no more from them for their entire life. So yeah, it hurts. We're grieving still, but we're trying to move on, like he had a good life and we push forward. Thank you for the kind words. Yeah, the little one behind me is still around. Yeah, so sorry to hear it. Yeah, like they don't have long lives, so we have to appreciate those in our lives while we have them. Okay, so hey everybody, on that somber note, I'm Joshua. This is the weekly Delver development stream. I take every Sunday, a chunk out of my Sunday, to talk about Delver development, what I'm doing, and all that good jazz. So let me transition to this screen so you can see the website behind my head is delvergame.com with the HTTP : thrown in front if you want. Yeah, it's a procedural dungeon crawler with first-person fantasy and roguelike elements in it. It is currently in early access on Steam. There's a link right there to the Steam page. There's also a Humble widget. If Humble's your jam, we're down with that. Notice you also get a Steam key with purchase of Humble. Again, I mentioned Steam multiple times because the Steam build is the most up-to-date build. The Humble build and the Android builds are behind the Steam build. Our plan is once we release the final update for the Steam build, that'll be our 1.0 version, and then we will update our other platforms, namely Humble and Android, and then we are looking to also put out a iOS release. So that is the plans for Delver and in the future. Let me think. Yeah, so here, if you want to support us, it's available $7.99. We've been talking about the pricing of Delver for the final release. Like we're of a mind that maybe $9.99 is too cheap. We're thinking maybe $14.99. But since I've been telling you folks $9.99 for months now, if we do up the price, it will still be $9.99 on release for a limited time window before we raise it. We're not 100% on that, but we're still discussing how to price the thing. It's really hard. It's I don't know, like it's like you hear anecdotes both ways, and it's not really helpful. So, and thank you, chat, for your kind words and your condolences. I really appreciate that. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's talk about. Oh yeah, I'm Joshua, by the way. I am one half of the Delver team. There are two of us working on it. The other person is Chad. So I do all the art, 2D, 3D, level design, good stuff like that. He is the primary developer, designer, business guy. We share there's a lot of overlap in our roles. I do some programming, he does some art. It's basically whenever we see something that needs to be done and we're passionate about it, we jump in and we do it. So that's kind of a cool way to work. And we are working towards finishing this darn thing up. So let's look at this past week in Delver development and see what we've got done. Actually, real quick, let me just do a git status. It says I'm up to date. Just do a git pull just to make sure, because I don't always trust it. Cool. So we are up to date. let's do a git log, and we can talk about the changes that have gone in this past week. So I'm doing a git log, one line since a week ago, and some pretty formatting. Yeah, busy week. Oh my goodness, way busy week. Okay, so a lot of gamepad code, so don't be surprised by seeing all that stuff. So it looks like Chad, he made, so basically for the menus can now be navigated with either the keyboard, the arrow keys on the keyboard, or on the gamepad using either the D-pad or the left analog stick. So that all kind of, all that code kind of just is nicely kind of channeled through the same areas. For me, more gamepad work, merging gamepad code. So if you watched me this week, I had gone to a conference. I had observed players playing with the work in progress gamepad code, made notes, and I've been working on fixing that stuff. Merging gamepad code. The gamepad cursor can be manipulated by both axes. Yep. So yep, that's me just fixing some of the inventory stuff, overhauling shop UI. Ooh, we should take a look at the shop UI then. Ooh, gamepad. So the gamepad is getting its own input option screen, which is good. Refactoring gamepad code to use user set inputs. Yeah. So yeah, now we have custom binding for the gamepad, which is pretty cool. Let me go ahead, since I'm talking about it, let's just turn on the old 360 controller so I can demo some of this stuff. Adding a pause button to the bindable buttons. Yeah, so the pause button is now, I spent a stream working on that, making sure that was plumbed through and working well. Refactoring, unifying code input to be more, refactor to unifying input code between keyboard and gamepad. That's cool. Gamepads behave properly now in overlays that don't pause the games. Yes. So that was an issue with some of the shops, and looks like Chad straightened that out. Yeah, unpausing shop. Okay, cool. So Chad is reverting that change. So that's nice. Tutorial level tweaks. Cool. Tweaks to tutorial level. More start level tweaks. Prettying up start camp a bit more. Nice. New splash screen. I think we saw some of that. New splash screen. More splash screen tweaking. Yeah. So a lot of our commits are just us like incrementally improving things. Adding fog settings in the editor, which is really cool. So now you can preview fog settings in the editor, which is super nice. Levels use built-in fog color and sun color in splash levels, so you can change the sun color too, which is really nice. There was a crash in the game over screen, I guess, that Chad has ironed out. Updating fog color, new splash screen, fixing splash.dat, lighting tweaks and splash. So lots of tweaks. Bag upgrades now usable via gamepad. So I did this, I think, on maybe Wednesday. Probably was my last day I streamed development. Fixing status effect stacking. Oh, yeah, I did that too, because there were some weird things where status effects would cancel each other out, in which case that's that no longer happens. Writing pass in the camp. Ooh, Chad's doing some writing pass. Unique items are less common at earlier levels. Oh, that's interesting. That's an interesting way to weight unique drops. That's cool. Fixing gamepad related exception in the editor. Yeah, it's probably good that we try to play. I guess I haven't even tried playing Delver in the editor with the gamepad. That would be something good to check. Fixing case for generator replacing wall objects on the wrong textures. Oh, perfect. That's good. That's a nice thing to fix. Texture painter fix for cases where upper and lower atlases were different. Oh, nice. Beautiful. So just shoring up some code. Yeah, so let's go ahead and play. Let's play some Delver. So if you are new to the stream, welcome. And let's play some Delver, and I'll talk about it. And go. Maybe. Does anyone here know Django? I have a problem. I know there are a few Python folks here, but I don't know if any of them knows the API specifically for Django. Let's start here, right? Let's do that. Oh yeah, let me just start like fresh. And also, it looks like let me revisit my. Okay. Also, I would really love to have this options menu. Well, I guess the options menu isn't navigable by the gamepad anyways, so maybe not a big deal. Inputs, gamepad. Okay, so I still think that the look sensitivity is probably controlled by is uniform across both the mouse and the gamepad. I'm not sure if we should split that out. Actually, it doesn't feel like Actually, it doesn't feel like that at all. Interesting. It looks like the gamepad just has a... okay, and die. It looks like it has just a flat sensitivity, which is okay. Cool. All right, so here, this is the start camp. This is where you start when you start a new run. This is where you start. And these guys are shops. So cool. Nice, nice, nice. New text. Don't want to ruin that for folks. Yep, looks like he shored up the. Yep, this stuff works properly, which is nice to see. Cool. And let's go some dungeon exploring. So this is the dungeon. This is where the majority of the game takes place. These levels are procedurally generated, so they will be different every time you play. Let's see. Yeah, snag that. Oh, I got a unique right off the bat, Chad. Nice. And this is my my super rough placeholder art, which we do need to address. So I probably will be working on pixel art later this stream. I got some breakables. Breakables have stuff in them. Over there, it looks like a potion and a magic bow. Let's check out this magic bow. There was a bad guy right behind me. Ooh, like, oh, that's a crazy good bow. Now I just need to find some arrows and I will be in business. Did he just wander? Okay, he just wandered off, didn't he? I guess slimes aren't super aggro. Okay. Oh. Ah! So that slime triggered that trap, set himself on fire, and then died. So that's beautiful. I wonder if I should adjust the fire trap. Well, the fire only propagates if it does damage. Magic defense attack. I guess attack is the way to go. Maybe. Let's see. Let's check out this route. Nice. Oop. Got a couple folks to worry about in here. Oh, and he's fleeing, so I'll just let him hang out back there. Another wand. That's fine. Okay, let's go this way. How is the modding scene? I think the modding scene's pretty good. I know there are a few modders in chat right now. I haven't really kept, like I've been really focused on getting this stuff done. I haven't paid attention much to the Steam Workshop, but I think it's pretty good. There's also the unofficial Delver Discord where folks talk about modding stuff there with a little bit more frequency. Nice. Got you, sucker. Oh, beautiful. It was perfect. That was a stun potion, which I couldn't have asked for a better result out of that. Oh, get shirt. Yeah, this is my... So I found 2 uniques now, Chad, so it seems like... yeah. We need to verify we got the math correctly on the uniques being more rare at earlier levels, because I've gotten 2 on this first floor, so it feels... Again, the RNG is like... It's hard to get a good feel because it's random, right? Like, having multiple uniques on the first floor is a totally valid result. Let's go down. Hey, Bluestone. Yeah. No, this week has been really rough for me, so I have not had a chance to look at that. But yeah, I will probably just accept it as is. Though I may ask you to supply a small README file if you haven't, just to kind of talk folks through what you've done. But that would not be a requirement. That would just be a suggestion. Oh crap! A red or a pink slime. Okay, that went as well as that could have gone. I need to find arrows. because she is tearing me apart. There we go. Level up. Speed. Ooh, and a belt pouch. Nice. One more slot to my belt. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, and there's a bat just waiting for me, of course. This is a nasty little bottleneck right there. Okay. Oh, and a spider. Why not? Why not? Oh, I need to nerf the spiders, I think. That was one of the changes I made over the weekend when I was at the G2 conference. Oh, man. I think they do 4 damage right now, and I think lowering their damage to 2 is a little bit more appropriate. I think I broke my dagger too. Dang it. Okay. Yeah, and I'm disoriented. We've got an arrow bomb. Let's use that. I can do something with that, I think. Make a run for it. I don't wanna fiddle around with these fools. Oh, did it not explode? It was a dud? Yeah. Dang it. Okay. Oh, and I poisoned myself because I walked over this trap that I'd forgotten about. At least I still have restore health from that ale I drank a while ago. But now I have arrows. Ooh, and another unique. That's 3 uniques now this run. Cool. Let's do some quick... Let's hole up here, I guess, and do some quick inventory management. And also these bookshelves are still goofed. I just might remove the recursive definitions for these and just have them be baked in models. That might be a safer way to do that. So let's drag this up here, and then let's put my excellent one there. Yeah, no. There we go. Cool. Nice. There we are. I should be set for the near future. I think I snagged all the arrows that came flying out of there. 7, so I missed one, but maybe one could have broken. That's also totally possible. I think. Cool. Let's do speed again. Ooh, and another bag expansion, man. These are like, I think those count as uniques as well. So I found a total of 5 uniques. 5 uniques in 2 floors. Yeah, I'll keep Dawn. Dawn is pretty nice. Yeah, there are a few new items. Ooh, and yeah, this is my 6th unique. I got Silverhorn. Is Silverhorn better than 5 to 12? And this is 5 to 7 plus 5, so that's 10 to 12. That's... Yeah, I know that this unique is not better than my current one. It might have slightly better range, but I don't know if that's as big of a determining factor. Yeah, man. Yep, here's my 7th and 8th. Yeah, there's definitely something goofed with our unique drops now, because I've gotten 8 uniques in two floors. Which is cool, I guess, but it's not. I don't think it's desirable. I don't think it's what exactly we want. Because some of that I can chalk up to like the RNG being the RNG, but this just is a little excessive for that. Let's go this way. Oh, lots of dead folks on spikes, which is fine by me. Yep, 9th unique. Tenth. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely review that code because I think something's wrong with the math there.
Hello?
Okay. Yeah, so let me go ahead and quit. Cool. And let's get out of here. Okay, so let's take a look at Where was the unique items are now less common at earlier levels. So this change here is what I need to can do a git cube clear git log git what git dash help. Is there a history or a show commit logs? Git log blip. No. Git log dash. Let me just do back here because I want to see the change hash. That. Hey Javier, how are you? If anybody knows the command in Git to show is it diff? Git diff. There we go. Oh, that looks like I got the wrong one. Git show. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so that's in item manager. Line something. 354. Get random junk. Control F unique. Unique items. So yeah, I think this math is wrong. Because this unique chance mod equals math, the minimum of 1.2 and level over 6. So if we're at level, I think the first one is 1 or 0. So we get this, which is either 0 or 1 over 6, which is 1.166 repeating. And then, so that would mean you would have a 90% chance, or 83 and change percent chance, right, to get a unique, which is not correct. Yeah. Okay, so let's just verify that's what's the case. And we can tweak these values and hopefully try to understand the intent behind Chad's changes. Play, and then I'll kill myself, and then we'll start a new run. Coolio is saying, why would you pass the level as an integer and not an int? Because I believe in Java, integer is potentially null, and integer is not. I think that's the only thing. I think, and I think our the third-party serialization library that we use, I think wants values or properties to potentially be nullable. So I think that's why we use that, I believe. Okay, so here, cool. Monster. So the level is, in fact, 1. So the min of 1.2 and 6 is going to be something like, the 1.6 repeating. Unique chance mod is 0. Oh, is this integer division? This is integer division. So in fact, there's 100% chance of finding uniques. Yeah. Yeah. So what is so let's look at this code and try to understand what it's trying to accomplish. So 1.2 is an interesting value. So can we look at the diff of this? So the diff of this. So we had a 2% chance of getting a unique at any given time, right? So what I want to do is maintain that, right? So, but we want to take that 2% chance and then we want to scale it by the level, right? So what we want to do is, so this needs to be a float, right? This needs to be, so let's just say that unique chance mod is always equal to, is always equal to level over 6, 0.0f to make it a float. So we want float division here. So that should accomplish that. So this will give us a value between 0 and I think, or let's look at dungeon.dat. So level 1, level 2, level 7. So let me scale it to that. So level 7 should be the place. Well, I guess it's fine to say 6 because 6 and then 7. Yeah, that's totally fine. Because the boss level, you're not really gonna get that many drops. So 6 is appropriate because those are the levels that actually this will actually be affected by. And if it goes a little bit above that, so this is a value between. Actually, is there a programmatic way to grab the number of levels that we have? Because potentially there might be an issue if because we do allow custom dungeons. I believe that Bluestone there in chat has created a new dungeon area called the library, which is really cool. But the problem is now is if we were to incorporate that in, I can't remember if that will change the ordering on that or not. Let's just take a look at. I guess we could real quick. Let's take a look at Bluestone's code and see if it's. So at github.com/JoshuaSkelly/Delver-community-mods, we have a couple of pull requests. Let's take a look at one by Felix and one by Bluestone. If we look at the library mod, we can look at the files changed. They've added 34 files. So they have new monsters, which is pretty cool. New sprites, new tiles, which is cool. Wall textures, new dungeon pieces, which is cool. This is a generator. Yeah, it's a new. Yep. New. This is a gen info stuff. This might be. I think that's correct. Should be correct. Section.dat, info.dat. Yep. Those are right. So here in this section, sort order 3 floors. I'm curious how it treats it because if we look at the one that's defined in Delver. We have dungeon level. Actually, I don't think this is used anymore. This is dungeons.dat is not used anymore. Let's look at. So let's look at the stack trace and see where this comes from. This level, game.instance.player.level. Level is just an integer. Level num. There has to be somewhere that we have a listing of all the levels. What if it's based on character level? No, I think Chad's intention with the code was to make it based on dungeon level. Progression, is that lowest floor experience gained? These look to be stats, maybe. Monster manager, animation manager, energy manager, game. Maybe I'll just note it right now, and then I can talk to Chad about getting a programmatic approach to fixing this. Okay, so so to do replace hard coded value with how many dungeon levels are present. Correct. No, I understand what you're saying, Javier, but I don't think that's Chad's intention, so I don't want to change it without discussing with him. I'm trying to honor the intention of his code, even though it's currently not correct. So what I want to do is my concern here is player. Here are custom player levels may inflate the drop rate. Okay, so this is, I guess, well, I can say, yeah, we can do the math dot min of 1.0f and that. So it's only ever going to be this should be fine, I guess. It'll just with custom player content, it'll just get to the max faster, which maybe is okay. I don't know. Yeah. So what we want is we want 1 minus unique chance mod. Why is this? You're right there, buddy. Oh, because it's an underscore. Here we go. And this needs to be 0.02f times. So what we want is a because this was a 2% chance. There was a 2% chance. So now what I'm doing is I'm scaling that according to the dungeon level we're in. So not commander, calc. So we have a 1/6 times 0.02. So we have a yeah a very small chance of finding a unique. Dr. Eagle says you want math.max, otherwise you get 0, 1f, 1f, 1f. He wants math. Why would I want the max? If I took the max, I would always get 1.0. Here, let me do a Control Shift F9. Let's do a monkey patch, and then we will run it and see what happens on this next step of execution. Okay. So this should get called when a monster, or when the. I should probably revisit where all spots where this is getting called, but I think it looks like Chad only changed this one particular location. Okay, so unique chance is, yeah, which is what I expect it to be. Yeah, min is correct. Yeah, so now we have, this is the scaling of the 2% chance. So if I do something like this, and I just paste it in my watch, it should give me the value. So yeah, so there's a 99.6 repeating chance that we're not going to get unique loot. So yeah, yeah. So this is that's correct. Yeah, nice. Cool, cool, cool. Yep, yep, yep. So I think that's a decent change. Yeah. So, um, may skew instead of inflate now that I've capped. I've done the min. Yeah, Dark Souls has a stat to handle the loot drop rate, but we do not. Yeah, so let me just. I think this is good. Again, Chad, if you're watching and this is not correct, feel free to jump in. No, I don't. Yeah, I don't really. I'm not really. Delver is not a microtransaction sort of game. It's just you give us a flat rate and you get a game. Cool. Let me capitalize that. Make unique items more common as level gets higher. Unique chance mod, and so to. Yes, that should be correct. Okay, so clear. Get status. Let's also take a look and see where get unique item. So let's look at all the usages of this, right? Find usages. So we also have an item spawner. Okay, so this actually isn't a random thing. This is a marker that you can set in the map editor. Yeah, I guess recently I thought about, yeah, with the whole loot box controversy kind of going on, I thought it would be interesting if you made a game about crafting loot boxes for other players to find, and you get a small cut of what people buy them for, which is really sick and kind of depraved. But I think it would be sort of like an ironic thing. Yeah. Let me see. Spawned unique item. Get unique item. So the two code paths that go through here are when the unique is set explicitly, or we have this game get item manager dot get unique item. Pretty sure that's the only place that's called. So yeah, let's go ahead and just make our changes. So do a get diff, review what we've changed. So yeah, so unique chance mod is math.min of 1.0f and the level over 6.0f. And then what we do is we take 1 minus, and then we have a 2% chance scaled by our unique chance mod. Before I committed, let's actually just play it just to make sure I don't think I've broken the world, but let me just play a little bit. It's always good to test your code, because if you don't test, you will break something that you didn't even expect to break. So let's play a little bit Delver. Cool. All right. Yeah. Oh, Ice Wand. I will take it. Let's go ahead and swap these two because, yeah, because the wand right now is way more useful than the bow because I have no arrows. So just trying to have a nice prioritization there. It feels like the collision box on this is incorrect. Nice. Okay, let's do speed. Oh, and he dropped a dagger, which We have one, but I guess if when we break it, or if we need to do something like this, yeah. Oh, too hard, Joshua. Easier. Nope. I can do it. I promise you, I can do it. Ah! I ended up breaking the door before. Okay, cool. Run. Okay, I can stand on it to keep it down, and then when I step off, I'll be all right. Okay. Spike trap. Whoa! Room. That I walk right into a spike because I am a dummy. I can doom jump this. Yeah. Okay. Woo! All right. Okay, let's grab that. Grab that. And ooh, a magic sword, a lightning sword, beautiful. Let's say au revoir to our dagger and get something that we can do some damage with. Okay. It is a little bit slower, so you got to kind of anticipate. Ooh, and a magic buckler. 7 armor and 6 defense. Oh my goodness. Woo-wee! This is going to be a good run. Have a good feeling about this. Armor does typically slow you down, so when you see that minus speed, don't always discount armor for that. It's armor just encumbers you, so that's just something you have to learn to live with. Or go armorless, you know, that is a way to do things too. Nice. Do thrown wands do the same or lower damage than when they are fired? So only melee weapons will actually do a damage roll. Everything else I think just does like 1 to 2 points of damage because yeah, just junk does a little bit of damage if you throw it. Can you sell items? No. Again, the reason we don't allow selling of items is because we're trying to keep our game lean and mean, and we're trying to de-emphasize grindy behavior. And I believe that selling items encourages players to just like scrounge levels for every piece of loot and then sell it. And that is behavior I want to not encourage. Agility, which will make this sword attack slightly faster. Cool. All right, buddy, come on. Come on, this way. Oh, somebody's behind me. Oh, clever girl. Oh, man. Oh, no. Phew. Okay. Let's eat the cheese. Not ready to start quaffing potions yet. Food is a way more reliable source of healing, and it won't poison me. And it seems like so far the teleport telefrag. Nice, I telefragged that guy, which is a new feature in Delver. Used to get stuck when you teleport into somebody, but now you just telefrag them. So lovely. And I'm right back at the start. Dang it. Okay, but I think I've done enough testing. I think it is working as we, it's not broken. My inventory is just not full of uniques, so that's a good thing. I got some good magic drops, but that was not. I mean, that really shouldn't have. Is not a consequence of the change I made. Oh, it's a dud. It's a dud. Okay, yeah, let's get out of here. Yeah, I just don't think that's fun. Yeah, I remember when Fallout 3 first came out, I was talking to a buddy at a retail job I was working, and he would intentionally he would scrounge every single item off of every single dungeon in every single area and sell it. And that's how I played Fallout 3, and I just can't imagine doing that. To Johnny Tahani says, is there a stream level up-to-date version of the game to play? No, this is the final version. It is not out yet. Okay, so let's commit these changes. I think they're good. Git clear, or not git status. I just changed the one file. So git add dot git commit -m fixing unique drop rate. Git push. Okay. And let's nerf the baby spiders because they are way too powerful. Let's look at monsters.dat and let's look at spider or surprise. There we go. And their attack is 4. Let's drop that down to 2. And then let's do a get status. I'm worried that Chad may have added some of these manually into the levels and it might be serialized in there. But this, for the most part, should fix that. So git add dot git commit -m nerfing baby spiders attack. Git push. And again, I'm doing that slightly because like the surprise system has definitely changed the difficulty curve. Last year when I went to this G2 conference to demo Delver. I would say a good chunk of the people made it to the caves, a few people made it to the sewers, and 1 person made it to the ruins. And this year when I demoed Delver, only 2 people made it to the caves. Everybody else was brutally murdered in the dungeons. So it is harder, and hopefully folks are okay with that. Cool. So nerf the baby spider. Let me see. Let's look at my notes. So the inventory drag and drop scoops up too much stuff. I think Chad was going to work on some of that stuff with kind of clearing up how we interact with the inventory with the gamepad. Also the consuming when swapping away. And the cave generation, impassable pits. That's again, I think all the things in my notes from G2, Chad was gonna look into. So I think I'm all right with that. And let me just start a new page of notes, so I don't miss anything. I know I prefer handwritten notes just because they stick in my brain longer if I write them than if I type them. So that's just how I like to work. Cool. Yeah, let's switch over to some art. Yeah, we still have need for art. Photoshop. Yeah, so these ugly looking things are uniques that need artwork. Yeah. Where is the ring? Yeah, so the rings are right here. Whoop. These are the rings. Javier says no. What do you mean, Javier? I made a unique ring. I started working on a unique ring and I didn't get it to a spot where I liked it, which is a shame. Yeah, I think I pitched it. I wasn't feeling it. Yeah, let's I guess, what should I work on? Maybe wands? Maybe that would be okay to work on wands. Unique food. You talk about horse armor. I'm trying to make these things actually like different, and unfortunately, it's hard because like for these unique bows, they just have better stats. They're not necessarily more interesting, and unfortunately, that's just kind of the way things are. I'm thinking for the wands, maybe I'm interested in maybe doing like a multi-spell effect, like adding a way to do a multi-spell, just to have a couple of different Just maybe make it feel a little different. So it does like maybe I don't know. I'm just playing around with ideas in my brain. But let's um again, I don't for the player's equipment, I want it to be predictable, and I want it to like random. Just like if it's too random, it's not super useful. Um, But let's do something like. It sounds frustrating, to be honest with you, Tengu. Um, like if like I want the items to be predictable, so players know that they will get a like if they perform the action multiple times, it will always yield the same result for the most part. I think that's important. Otherwise, it's just bad. It's just a bad interaction. A golden pear that's better than the ale. um, yeah, let me just kind of freestyle some shapes, and let's see what we get. I know folks keep asking for like stabs, so maybe I can like just be okay with um like getting borderline close to like Heretic Hexen and just kind of being okay with that comparison, I suppose. Apologies if you could hear my machine. Apparently, my fan is rattling like crazy, um, and I don't know why. I wish I knew. I know why. I just don't want to fix it because it involves me tearing apart my machine for it. Let's do something like this. And let's chop this off. I don't want anti-alias. That's part of the trick of using Photoshop for pixel art is basically turning off all the anti-alias and other like non-pixel arts bits. How do I want to do this? Edit, transform, flip horizontal. Then rotate this thing like that, and then slide it into position. Cool. That's a shape. Yeah. Let's go on to the next one, and just try to come up with some cool shapes. I don't like the way the old ones looked. The old ones were very basic, and I was kind of afraid to go like the whole high fantasy route with all the crystals and junk. But that's what people understand and kind of expect. So I'm kind of okay with it, just kind of like going that route nowadays. Like, um, yeah, it's just kind of me, just like over time, just like coming to terms with it and being okay with it. Just try to get some good silhouettes, some good shapes here, like maybe a tridenty thing. Maybe that'd be cool, right? Like kind of trying to go riff off of my idea of having like a multi spell thing. So one that does maybe like a spread and a like a single blast down the middle or something. That could be cool. Um, Even though it's crazy. Yeah, these uniques are kind of like I guess me letting myself do crazy stuff. Ba, 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 ba. Maybe something like that. Maybe that's okay. I think it might. I might need to slim down the actual width. Here, let me just chop this down the middle and see what it looks like when I mirror it. Come on. Okay. There we are. That's kind of cool, right? Um, I don't know. Like for me, I think the uniques mostly are about looking cool because the actual mechanics that we can do are pretty limited, right? Like I'm not going to do a whole rewrite of the spell system just to support a single wand. So I want these to look cool, and try to imagine what kind of effects they would work, and make sure that they kind of complement. You like it like function and form kind of go back and forth here. Like, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, it looks heavy. It does. Here, what I can do is I can, again, I can make use of my space here and kind of wiggle it up here to make it nice and long. Cool. I could slim down the this middle part here. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Hey, Vux78. Maybe I'll pull it back just a touch, shorten it down just a little bit. Go. Maybe something like that. Cool. More cool shapes. Let me save my progress because I do like what we're doing here. Cool shapes, cool shapes. Yeah, so you have like a crescent and a pitchfork. What about like if we did like a moon? Would that be too crazy? Yeah, or that might just be too close to the existing to the pitchfork design, right? Because they like the silhouettes need to be like visually distinct, so you can kind of easily differentiate them. And that might just be too close to the existing, or the first one. Not that it's existing, but that it's already have something a similar design. And I don't want to. Yeah, it's already too close to the similar design. Yeah. Dr. Kegel. Yeah, this is for Delver. Like we have done a few seasonal updates in the past, but since this is the last update, I don't want to do anything seasonal. I want it just to be this is the last update. Yeah. That looks more like oh, more like a sickle. Again, that's like still a crescent shape. Like I want like a fairly unique form for this. That is not. Again, let me look at. So hopefully with OBS, like that, if that clicking from my computer is being heard, I apologize. It's driving me crazy, so hopefully you're not hearing it. Yeah, so there's that. Yeah, so I think this is roughly the correct width for the other ones. Let me just I'm just going to copy and paste this real quick because I think I like this direction that I'm going down. A skull with glowy eyes. I could do a skull. That would be a thing, right? It would just be like a. It would just be kind of just a round shape here, right? It's at an angle, but I can probably make it work. Something like that. I don't know. It was probably going to be smaller than that. Yeah, because that's just silly. But maybe this round shape and maybe add some sort of like some sort of thing coming across like this might be all right. Something like that might be okay. I don't know. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, I don't know. What don't I like about it? What's wrong with the shape? Shape, shape, shape. Yeah. Yeah. Meh. Eh. What other shapes are cool? Triangles? Right? Like maybe 'cause we have triangles for these ones, but I think they're facing. Yeah, so this one is a triangle, but it's the flat side is there, so maybe like a something like maybe like this. I don't know. Again, I'm just playing with shapes, trying to find something that looks interesting. Now that looks like a like a spear or a what's the spear sword thing? It's a I forget. Yep. Um, yeah, now that I can't remember that word, it's gonna drive me crazy. Um, just playing with shapes, trying to find something cool. Yeah, these actually might be more, like they might be the staves everybody keeps asking for. But basically they're just wands, but just with the name stave slapped on the top. Let's try scaling that down. Again, if I want to, I could rework them into wands, but some of them are just a little too beefy, I think, to be wands. That. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Again, it's looking more like a spear now. Um, I don't know what's going on. Um, Again, just trying to have cool shapes. Cool shapes. Oh, hey, White Sarcophagus. Haven't seen you around in a while. Yeah, breaking the symmetry is not a bad suggestion. I'm not thinking of a glaive. I'm thinking of something else. Make a halberd, not a. I already have an axe. And I think Javier, again, like Javier, the Labolial there in chat, has made an amazing mod that adds like 50 plus weapons. And I don't want to redo the work that he's already done. I think it's a good addition to Delver, and he's taken the time to mimic my art style and palette extremely closely, and he's balanced them pretty well. So I don't want to replace the work that he's done. Yeah, let me just get on old Google image search and see what I can find. Images, images, magic, staff. Hopefully this is not pornographic. Yeah. Yep. So just kind of just looking for cool shapes. A lot of them have like weird heads, right? This one's a good asymmetry with a wing on it. Yeah, crescents seem to be a pretty reoccurring theme. Gnarled branches seem to be a thing. This one has a crystal on the end of it, which would be appropriate, I guess. Yeah. I could do, again, I already have a shepherd's crook for the Grey Wizard mod. He already has a natural looking staff. This one has the head of a snake, which is kind of cool. Bird wings. Again, I only have so many pixels to work with, so I have to have kind of simplified shapes that I am trying to communicate. What might be other good sources of inspiration? Again, I can always get more magic wands. And these nowadays, all the magic wands tend to be very Harry Potter stylized ones. So the grip seems to be the most ornate part, and then the tip is pretty spare, which in Delver tends to be the opposite with the current version of wands. Yeah. Yeah, this isn't proving super useful. Let me just close all this junk out. I mean, I guess I could do another shepherdy one. Let me look at. Again, if we just pull up the image and paste and delete. So these are the gray mage items, and I do have this. Oh, I didn't include broken versions of the staff. Oh, that's an oversight on my part, Joshua. Yeah, so this is the items for the gray mage, and I don't have broken variants for my. Oh, wait, his this is a cudgel. It's not actually a wand. It's just a wooden thing with long range. So yeah, so this does give me just. I guess this will give me flexibility. Maybe make it something similar, but with a some sort of gem or crystal affixed to it. Cool. Yeah, because these don't break; they just run out of shots. Yes. So I'm not crazy. Yeah, let's just try that. So again, let's just erase some of this and just kind of go for maybe a more natural shape. See what I get. Like that. I have it go like that. Am I just recreating exactly the same shape that I did? Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately my brain, I guess my brain likes these kind of this certain shapes, so I have to be careful not to just exactly duplicate it. Yeah, because all these wands, I think somebody's pointed out before, all these wands are very manufactured, and these are more natural. So maybe having a more natural stylized wand isn't a terrible thing. Yeah, and this could just be like a it has some sort of crystal affixed in here. That's how apparently they work. Yeah, again, I'm not digging the silhouette on that one. This one, what if I added another just kind of playing around with shapes. Kind of cool. I think I got it off by 1 though. It's slightly improved. Let me see. There we are. That could be okay, I guess. The silhouette is everything, actually. That is like when your brain breaks down, like when you look at any scene in life, your brain kind of just abstracts everything down into shapes, and you don't really see the details. You just understand the big forms of things, and I think that's very important to get correct. So I disagree. I think shapes are extremely important. Okay. So yeah, I'm liking the way those are looking. I can you can distinguish different parts of the wand by coloring them differently. I can because I'm not colorblind. But some folks have varying degrees of colorblindness, so that's why I'm trying to make sure that every shape is different. Dusk and Dawn look pretty similar, but there are some small changes in the blade shape, but it's pretty minor. What is So like trying to think like what could be a weird thing, like a mechanical thing, or it could be like a severed arm. Buck 78 says, "What can I do with a broken sword? Does it deal less damage or question mark?" Yes, a damaged sword will deal roughly, I think, half damage. Yeah, and I think it also has reduced range as well. Having said that, though, I did see a case where, because of the way unique items work, unique items, when they drop, their stats are scaled based on the player level. So I did see one player at G2, they got a version of Dusk that even when they broke Dusk, it was still better than most of the weapons they were finding. So they were still playing with a broken sword, which is interesting. Lightsaber, no, that's like IP that is just asking LucasArts to come slap me with a cease and desist. Javier says a skeleton arm with a red glowing ball. Again, arm, I think like it could be cool. I'm just not super confident in my ability to render a skeletal arm in such few pixels, but maybe I can. I don't know. Let me, I guess also as a base, let me just grab the shapes for this ring and kind of position this down like here, 4, and then this one, V32, and then like 96 or something like that. Yeah, and then I can go here and I can get rid of those. And then I can say Control J. Nope. Control J. And then move this down here, and then select everything here, and then just kind of drop in this temp color, and then duplicate it, then merge those down. So at least I have better ring shapes and better wand shapes going on, which make me happier. Like it's nice just to have these looking a little bit nicer. Javier says yes. He is confident of my ability to render such a thing. The range damage isn't reduced. The range and damage should both be reduced. Melee or sword broken. Weapon. Durability. Current durability. We call Unbroken. Yeah, so Unbroken should remove all. It removes all the enchantments. It reduces its reach to 75%, and it should also reduce damage as well, or unless damage is already scaled by condition. Let's look at item condition. Yeah, so this item condition already scales the it scales damage anyways. Oh, Javier was saying it scales the, yeah, so there's the base damage and random damage. Damage mod. So this is the base damage. Well, let's find the usages of this. So rand damage equals get rand damage. Damage mod. Item scaling damage mod plus item level times 0.75. Just the rand damage. I don't know. Would that might be too crippling? I'm not entirely for certain. Yeah. I still want broken items to be somewhat useful because I don't want to totally like throw you under a bus. Yeah. All right. So back to shapes. Shapes. A ton of random damage and do a ton of damage when broken. Effect like bleed. That would require engine changes, and I'm not doing any engine changes at this point in time because we're trying to finish the game. If I do engine changes, they're going to be super minimal. Basically, poison is basically the bleed effect, right? Yep. Right now, it's the same as poison, and that it's not adding anything new, so there's no reason to do it. Like yeah. Um, da, 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 da. We can table this for now. Let's delete this. Let's save this. Bow shapes. Let's do bow shapes, right? We could try some of those. Again, not trying to focus on detail, just trying to think of cool things. Actually, I think there are some Japanese bows that are asymmetric, which is kind of cool. Yeah. So the grip is actually the grip is lower. Yeah. Which is quite interesting. Yeah. So if you look here, like it's like a 1/3, 2/3 kind of thing. It's really quite it's different. I could do something like that maybe. Um, I don't know. Um, cool bow shapes from around the world. Japanese bow archery. What about Korean? Korean bow archery. Yeah, they tend to be a little bit more the shape like shaped like Western bows or just the general recurve. What about Chinese? Chinese bow archery. Again, similar, more kind of a traditional recurve shape. What about a mm, what other types? Um, trying to think. Egyptian bows. What are Egyptian bows? Um, yeah, I think they're similar too because the you know like they had a lot of influence in like the Mediterranean. So I think a lot of the a Turkish composite, yeah, crossbow, longbow. What about the Mongols? They were crazy horse archers, right? Again, it's a recurve. They have this kind of interesting shape here, though. I'm kind of curious why that is. Maybe it gives it a little bit of leverage. I'm not sure. Um, da, 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 da. Um, so I wanted to like sometimes the fantasy bows are just totally like non-functional, and I think that's like silly. Like I want them to look like they could be real. Um, those are composite bows, I believe. Composite bows are made of those are compound a horn. I think what they are is they're layers of wood and bone and sinew. That's why they call them a composite bow, and we already have that in Delver. Um, da, 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 da. And again, even though these are a little bit more, they're just mostly the more decorated with like filigree, but they still have normal bow shapes. I could, if we look at, do I have a bows or not? I think bows still live in items, which I'm not sure if I should. I probably ought to split those out, so I'm splitting everything else out. Um, yeah, I could do the. Well, I guess the compound, the composite also has kind of that look where it has the this flattened bit here a little bit. I think I was drawing off of that a little bit. Um, ba, 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 ba. I mean, I could just scribble with shapes and see if I come up with anything I like. Sometimes it's okay just to be free and just not worry too much about it. Um, I mean, bows for the most part have a similar shape because of just the mechanics of how they function, right? Typically, they fall into like a recurve versus non-recurve sort of delineation. And then I have all these except for the longbow. All these except for the longbow have recurve. So maybe having a non-recurve one is okay. Oh, this one has a tiny bit of recurve on it. This one has like mega recurve on it. Again, I kind of thought like trying to do like 4 of everything would be okay for folks, because like I know some folks love playing as archers, some folks love playing melee only. I just want to make sure everybody gets a little bit of love, you know. Is kind of my thinking here. And so there's a shape. Maybe if it was really angular, it still would probably serve as a bow, and that would be a different look. Yeah, just something inside of me always wants to just put little recurves on them, and I don't know why. What's wrong with me? Let's just look at different types of archery bows. Yeah, because we have compound nowadays, which they use like pulleys to get a lot of power. And even some of our even our more traditional ones nowadays have this weird kind of grip, which they're like a takedown bow. So they typically have a grip, and then the limbs are actually detachable. I could just have a unique grip. That could be a thing. I do allow a lot of space for grip. Yeah, I could just offset where the bow and the grip meet, and make it look maybe slightly more shaped like that, but not have it totally out of the range of like reality or the setting. Yeah, play with the shape of the stabilizer. I don't know if I think stabilizers. Yeah, I think those are actually a modern thing and not actually like a traditional fantasy, like even like a medieval or historic. Like here are some interesting shapes. So like this one is. Let's take a look at this website and see what we got here. So there's a straight with horn tip, 2 bends, asymmetric, with double tip bend, with 4 bends, triangular. So triangular bows archery. See what those look like. Traditional. Yeah, those existed. I mean, they're not as triangular as those things were in the illustration, but yeah, there's definitely like a triangle shape to well, laminated bow was what I was thinking of. Laminated bow is the one that has the different layers. Yeah. Again, I don't want to introduce new types of melee or new types of ranged ammo because it's already hard enough to find arrows. So let's try to get this triangle shape and see if I can make it look cool. So something like, let's just take a look at that again, kind of see how the swoop works. So the grip, and it kind of, there's a kind of a grip like this, and then it swoops like that. Something like that, I think, could be cool. Let me just kind of play with the shape of that. Again, it might not be dramatically different than the other bows. Yeah, I think. I'm trying to think which one. I think this one, the one on the bottom side actually has more of the triangular shape that I was going for. So let me get my lasso tool and let's delete that, and then let's duplicate and flip this. And rotate it 90. And then position it up here, maybe. Yeah, so that is the... Okay, let's merge that down. It definitely looks different than any other bow in Delver, which is good. I will need to thicken it up a bit. Yeah, I checked that. I checked that out, and that's just way too. That's a hand weapon. That's not a bow. I mean, that would be a suitable dagger replacement, but I mean, we already have daggers. Let me just thicken this up just a touch here and there. Yeah, so again, let me just repeat that process. I think I'm getting to the shape where I like it. There we go. Yeah, so that is definitely different looking than the other bows, or that I can just give it maybe some fancy adornments, and that will be cool. A recurve bow with multiple strings attached to an arrow. A recurve bow with multiple strings. I'm not sure what that means. Recurve bow, multiple strings. I don't think it's a thing that exists. Yeah, no. Um, yeah, I don't think that is a thing. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want it to be like too crazy high fantasy. That's one of the things I'm trying to keep. I mean, some of the stuff is high fantasy, but it's not like totally over the top. Like it is in theory possible. I could try for one of those crazy asymmetric bows. Let's see what that would look like. So if the string does something like this, and the bow should do something. Again, like usually the bows take up a lot of the real estate, so this would make it. I don't know how it would read. Is my worry. Um. Hey, Composter64. Welcome. Let me save my progress. I do like the shape of this bow. Because I want the Delver weapons to seem plausible. That's my only requirement, I suppose. Okay, so I have one good shape here, so I can just kind of get rid of that because this will just be various versions of that being drawn back. Have a couple of stabs or wands or whatever they will be. Those shapes are kind of cool. I haven't really done any of the stuff for the armor yet. That's a thing that could be done. Yeah. If we take a look and see what kind of armor we have laying about. So the big armor right now is just plate. I don't know if I want to go any like plate is probably images plate mail. I mean, it would just be a variant of plate mail, I suppose. I mean, or I could do a nice compromise where it's not as it doesn't provide as much armor as the heavier stuff, but it's maybe a little bit more less of a speed hit. So those could also be good versions of armor. Plate mail. How about a historic armor? Interesting. Is that a real? I don't think it's a real thing. I think that's not a real thing. Yeah, I do have some Japanese style armor that I was going to put out as a mod when I release. So I can think about that. They already have this kind of chain coif thing going on with kind of this, kind of not. This is like a interesting. Again, trying to avoid this silly stuff, but like having like semi-functional, like ooh, like I don't have like partial plate, partial leather. That could be interesting balance. Not a bad way to go about it. Da, 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 da. Let me see. Viking armor. I think Vikings just wore leather jerkins for the most part. Maybe chainmail. Yeah, leather jerkins. I think mostly. Let's look at historic. Yeah, it looks like mostly leather or male shirts or just a tunic. Or furs. Yeah, I think leather seems to make the most sense because like it gives you some protection and allows you to be the most nimble, I think. Lantern shield. So I think I already have like this is like a bandit, I think is what D&D calls it. I think I already have something similar to that. I have scale, and I have ring and chain. I might just make just an armor set that is specific to a character and call that a day. That might be okay. Hoplite armor? Hoplite. What did they wear? Looks like they wore a chest plate. Which we kind of have covered. Yeah, I mean, I think that would probably be similar to just like one of these. Yeah, I might just go with like a personal, like some like just like a personal set maybe. Will there ever be a player model? No, there's no reason to have a player model. You never see yourself. And also, I like to let I mean, I think if we don't nail that down, people usually imagine themselves playing and not necessarily playing a character. Let's see. Let's go back here. That's what I got. And there's the bows, wands, uniques. Let me think. Yeah, no worries. The Broken Lords from Endless Legend. Give me 1 second. It's starting to get a little chilly in here. Let me shut my windows. Oh. Yeah, let me just look at some interesting shield shapes. I think somebody mentioned something about a teardrop shape. So I have round and kite and tower. I'm sure there are more interesting historical shields. Yeah, so the teardrop shape seems to be fairly common. This one's a weird shape. I wonder what kind of Trojan shield? Weird. Yeah, it's definitely an interesting shape. Ooh, like little evolutionary trees of shields. Yeah, so the small shields, fish shields, into the bucklers, elliptical, the kite-shaped shields, the triangle shields. Some really weird ones over here. Yeah. Again, like these, just the round shield with a cool, like I could just do just like a cool theming. That would probably be enough. Let me see. Yeah, or this Celtic style, like this Celtic or this Trojan style, is really cool. I like how it does have a unique shape to it. Which might be okay. There's all these crescent style shields as well. And this is a, oh yeah, Alexander the Great. Yeah, so another Greek style shield, which is just dang cool. Yeah, so maybe that's a route I can pursue. African shields. African shields. Yeah, they have cool shapes as well. They have like this kind of elliptical shape, which is really nice. Again, also they also have a similar. So yeah, there must be something about this form, this kind of this figure eight or hourglass form of shields that is actually like a functional thing and not necessarily a beauty thing. Yeah. Yeah, so they tend to be like these kind of elliptical shapes. Yeah, and that's yeah. Again, I like this kind of weird. I'm not even sure how to describe the shape, like a figure eight-ish shape. So I might go with that, just again, just to have a different shape. So we'll see. Yeah, so let's try that. And with shields, I need a front and a back view. So I don't know if I accounted for that in my unique layout. I did not, but I have room to wiggle so that we can do that. So the carved out parts are oh, they allow for the easier use of spears, which makes total sense. Yep. So yeah. Yeah, so I guess I'll just kind of start with like the Alexander the Great. Well, actually, I have a round shape for the shield already, so they can be kind of in scale with each other. They don't actually take up the whole thing. So let's do this. Let's start with this round shape, and then we'll chop out the bits we don't need. Paste that in there, and kind of line it up. There we go, and then do this, and then drop that tint color in there. There we go, and then merge it down, and yeah, just chop out the bits that we don't need. Yeah, so E, and I'm just going to kind of start there maybe. Something like that could be cool, I think. Then like that and like that. It could be okay. Definitely different. Looking at the Alexander shield, it needs to be a little bit wider, I'd say. That's the one thing I think it does it's kind of missing. So let's do that. This and this, this and this, this and this, and then widen that out. Maybe also narrow. Let me maybe pull it up a bit as well. Let's try that. Erase those bits, these bits, then do something like that. That could work. Rotate it by 90 degrees. They're supposed to be on the sides. Yeah. Well, if you notice, for example, on the kite shield, I show the kite shield at like how you would view it graphically, and then the player facing view, it's actually turned at the 45 like a kite shield would actually be worn. Yeah, these are unique items. You have a pretty rare chance of actually getting them in game, so they are unique. And yeah, let's just look at the Alexander the Great shield. Then do they have the reverse view of how it actually like be held? Yeah, because these yeah. Maybe I like the simplicity of this without the yeah, maybe we could just clean that up a bit. I want to see the grip though. So let's just call Trojan shield. Trojan, I think Trojan shield. Yeah, and let's add grip. Grip. Not firearms. Oh, so this looks like it's just a single strap? Is that right? Achilles lightweight shield SFX. Yeah, I'm not sure. So this one shows it as interesting. So it's some sort of metal brace and then this rope around the bit. That kind of makes sense. Oh, again, yeah. So yeah. Quite interesting. Yeah. So there's like a metal band in the middle, and there's this little rope detailing bit around that. And it looks like it would be. This one looks. I don't know if this is. Well, you would hold it, and it would still be. Is it what is an archive shield? What is an archive shield? What is the? I need to try to find the. No, that's not the correct name for it. It's a Trojan shield. What's the name? Trojan. Oh. I want a picture of somebody actually holding one and see how they actually. So I don't know. Yeah, it looks like they yeah, so if the grip is correct, then the yeah, I assume this grip is correct. Then you would I would assume that these would still be at the top and the bottom. Oh, certainly, yeah. The rope could, yeah. I think the rope would allow you to, you could probably angle your arm into multiple in multiple different ways. The tower shield type grip on that one. Tower shield type. So what does my tower shield grip look like? Kind of, yeah. So my tower shield, this grip here is actually, it's a at least on this one, they're like this ball part is hollow like on a buckler, and you hold on to it, which is kind of weird. Yeah, no, I could do something like one of these little grips, just kind of in the middle. Ba, 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 ba. So yeah, let me also clean up this shape a little bit. What if I did something like that? And they went straight down. Well, I like the little bit of indentation here. I think that's kind of cool. Save that. Yeah. Let's just, since we're going with a Trojan theme, let's just look at more Trojan stuff. Kind of maybe have it gel that way. Trojan helmet. This could be a bad search. Interesting. I want not like real, not yeah. So those I think something like this with a little mild crest could be cool. And I don't think I have any helms that look like that already. Kinda. I could, since they are copper, I could play up the greenish color a little bit. That could be all right. Cool. Yeah, so let me just kind of really quickly just try to get the general shape of the thing looking okay. Let me just drop in. Let me drop in again an existing helmet so I can get the rough size correct. So I don't want them to be all out of whack. So yeah, like I can start with maybe this fella and just kind of adapt it. So again, let's position it where it ought to live, and select everything and make it that dark bluish color, and then we can start to chop out bits that we want. Thank you very kindly. I try to make the game look as beautiful as I can. Just copy this image, and then let's just go ahead and control N, and let's just paste it here, and we can just have this window just live up here, which should be fine. So then, yeah, kind of looking at the shape of things. Yeah, so maybe kind of clean up this, clean up that. So it does have the kind of these face guards, which is cool, I guess. Again, I don't want to be too too much of a slave to the historical stuff. I just want to use it as a guide. I mean, because there is a reason that the historical ones look the way they look is because, you know, they are to a degree functional in some respect. And I want to add like just that little tiny bit of mohawk, just to give it a different kind of silhouette than the other one. So you're not as likely to like from a distance, they just make it a little bit more distinguishable. This is oh no, Javier, you already have one. Oh no. Oh, beautiful, Javier. I didn't know you had that. That's really well done. Well, I will make sure that mine is definitely different than yours. I guess I have not I have not kept up with your mod. Sorry, Javier. Oh, cool! Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, and I still need to get all the folks who have done translations, the new set of strings before those come out as well. Okay, that actually might be too big for a helm. Now that I'm looking at it, like, I might need to play around with some of the sizing on this. Yes. So let me try just pulling this up a bit and just see how that feels. And then maybe lowering this back a bit. Bring this down. Maybe something like that could work. We'll see. Yeah, no, I will. What would be the best way to do this? Should I just go to the Steam Workshop and I can add developer comments for everybody who's done a translation, just linking them to the new strings? I can also put a link in the forum for new strings, since we have a translation forum on the Steam Workshop. I can do that as well. Again, I'm not trying to do a one for one, to be honest with you. I'm just trying to pull elements I think are cool. So I like the cheek stuff, and I like the little bit of a mohawk there, and that's probably more all that I'm going to lift from it. Maybe just the way some of the eye shape is, because like I kind of have that here for this one, but it's more of a Viking style one than a Greek or Mediterranean style one. Okay, I think I'm just about out of time. So let me save this and let me commit this. Git add dot get commit dash m working on unique art. Git push. Let's just play the last few minutes of the stream, and yeah, we can just talk Delver for the new folks who are here. And unfortunately, like the first run, I will not find nothing but uniques. So that's all good. Let's do this. Let's play us some Delver. All right, let's die and let's start a new run. Yep, goodbye, Delver. Cool. Yep, so if you've never played Delver before, Delver is a procedurally generated dungeon crawler with fantasy, first-person shooter, and roguelike elements. whenever you die and you start a new life, you end up at the campfire. There are folks here that you can buy stuff from if you want to give yourself a little bit of a leg up, but it's not really required. I am trying to de-emphasize grindy behavior as much as I possibly can. Like there's no selling of items. Like basically if an item isn't if it's not like useful to you right off the bat, then you should probably just ditch it. Because your backpack is of limited size as well. The crates rarely drop stuff, so maybe I shouldn't mess with that too much. I will scoop up this ale though, just in case I get hurt. But maybe tuck it in my backpack because I don't need 2 healing things in my belt. Cool. Let's do that. Hey buddies, can I just zap ya? Yup. Let's fight this slime over here. I think. Yeah, there we go. Alright, more potions. I guess I can potion and bomb somebody, right? That's a thing we can do. Let's see if the little bridge is built up here. No, sometimes there is a bridge that will appear here, but not always. Grab that wand, drop, and run. Nice. Eat that. And an apple. Again, let's just tuck my healing stuff down into my I threw it into, well, yeah, the apple's fine. The ale is the best healing item, but it also disorients you, so not quite there yet. I don't need the disorientation. It's surprisingly quiet, but nice. And a short bow. That is green, which usually means it's improved in some manner, but I'm not quite sure. 1 to 3 two-handed, 1 to 3 two-handed. I'm not sure what's so special about it. If it's not identified, usually it should have some question marks. Who made the music? So we have on the project we've had 2 musicians. The first original musician for Delver was a person who went by the handle White Wolf. And then our current musician we contract through is a gentleman called Nathan Anthony, I believe. Put the new strings on community GitHub and notify the translators. Yep, definitely. I will update the English strings on the community GitHub, and I will post out in the forums letting the translators know what's going on. Thank you. Yeah. We've tried to make this final update like a nice big substantial update because this is the last big one we're doing. Crap. We will do like support work and stuff like that, but I think it's time to call Delver released, and we'll see where it goes from there. Like if it sells really well, maybe we'll continue pushing updates out for it, but that's kind of like a kind of on that kind of basis, you know. Okay, what happened here, buddy? There we go. Can you use D-pad for inventory management? I don't think so, but I think that is on Chad's list of things to do. It would be nice just to have the cursor snap to the individual cells of the inventory. And again, I think Chad is wanting to do that, but it's not in yet. Yeah. I guess when I hit the level down, we'll call it a run unless I die before that. Cool. Let's see where we're at. This way? This seems as good a direction as any. Oh, behind me. Oh, stupid bat. Attack. And an excellent buckler. So let's throw that in my offhand. Yeah, let's not goof around here. Nice. We were looking for the exit. So I'm looping back around. Okay. Let's backtrack and let's try a different route then. This way. And then I think keep going south, maybe? Hard to say. There we are. Get some ale. Run up the ladder. Do my little doom jump. And then, yes! Nice. Okay, so we got a balanced iron mace, which I guess is better than my dagger. So I'll just time that. Just like that. Yep, this is the tavern-y area, and it's a magic bow and not the exit. Okay, well, it's an ice bow. That's useful. There we go. Which way now? I guess north and then west might be a way to get out of here. What was that about Doom Jump? Yeah, you can Doom Jump, which is to say you can just hop over small gaps. I'm pretty sure that if you take at least 1 point into speed, you can hop over a 1 unit wide gap. Four to 7. I think my current one might be 4 to 6. 2 to 4. So get rid of that, grab that, and then fight the zombie. Oh, he's fleeing. Okay, there we go. Grab that, hoover up that. Okay. Man, east? Let's go east. Let's see what we got. That's my used up wand. Yeah, and that's as far as we can go east. Maybe. Where to now? Thinking. I'm not sure. Let's go this way. Probably not here. I don't think this is an exit. Exits tend to be dead ends. I just don't know where it would be. Maybe, yeah. I guess there's some areas I still haven't cleared out yet. Okay, let's just try to skate across that. Yeah, and then this way. Okay, and then I can go west from here. So let's check that that avenue out. Thank you. Yeah, we've tried to really raise the quality bar to for all the levels to look nice and beautiful. There we go. Attack. What we're going for. Oh, baby spider. Oh, how did I miss you? What? You should only have 1 health. How can you take a hit? Unless they are, I think they are. They might be skilled by player level a little bit, maybe. Okay, cool. That's the level down. So that's where we're going to call it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me while I worked on Delver today, listening to me yammer on. I appreciate that. It means a lot to me. Let me throw this back up here. You can find us at delvergame.com. We are a 2-person team working on a fantasy dungeon crawler roguelike game, which you saw me playing earlier. There's a link to the Steam page here. We are on early access on Steam for $7.99. We will be raising the price upon final release. We're still trying to figure out the final price. I've been telling you folks $9.99 for a while, so at least when we release, it will be $9.99, if not going up shortly thereafter. Let me think what else. Oh, you can follow me here on Twitch or on Twitter at Joshua Skelly. That's my handle in most places. I am a Twitch affiliate, which means if you want to throw a little sub my way, that would be a cool way of showing your support. If you find my streams entertaining or informative, or you would just like to see me continue doing streams, please subscribe. It is a good way to just, again, let me know that you like what I'm doing. I currently have 9 wonderful and suave subscribers. In no particular order, they are Louis Carl Actual, Neil Slichter, Fifth Elephant, Nick's Rod, A Literal Train, Smith, Dr. Kegel, Glass Casket TV, and Codrake. So yeah, so you also get access. I mean, I have community discords if you're into Discord. You can talk about my various projects there, to include Delver. There's a subscriber-only channel there, and also subscribers get the steak emote, which you can slap everywhere because why not? I think that's enough self-promotion. Yeah, so this has been the Delver Weekly Dev Stream. I plan on being back tomorrow with the Delver Week Daily Stream. I try to do like fun small projects over my lunch hour, but lately I've been focusing on getting Delver finished, so that's what I'm doing. So I'll be back tomorrow at noon Pacific time with more Delver. It should have my info somewhere on the Twitch page. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I was just pointing at, I guess, my description. Anyways, yeah, I'm Joshua. Thank you so much for hanging with me. I will see you tomorrow. All right. Take care, everybody.